Hello, you read the title. You know what this video is about. We have ourselves old man Darren Elkins, 38 years old, MMA vet, respected, not the greatest fighter in the world, never has been, never really showed great potential, but a fun watch. Mad, but a fun watch. So we've got that Darren Elkins against younger, taller, up and coming Darren Elkins B. God. I love it when the UFC makes these kinds of matchups, like older declining fighter versus up and coming fighter. But what makes this one more special is when both fighters literally have one for one the exact same style. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, we already know the outcome of this fight. And yeah, you're right. Jonathan Pearce is probably going to win this fight. It's going to be grappler versus grappler. Obviously, with these kinds of matchups, right? The bigger fighter is going to have the edge. But we're going to go into more detail. That's why you're here. So that if you are going to bet, you can be confident and not be shaking the whole fight when whoever you choose gets cracked. All right, so we're going to start with the man, the 6 foot featherweight, Jonathan Pearce. Fought Makwani, beat him, ground and pound round two, beat Christian Rodriguez, beat Omar Morales. That's always the thing about doing fighter studies, or if you're trying to decide who you're going to bet on. You never really want to watch fights like up until like 5 years ago, because that's just mad. Obviously, the fighters evolved. They've gotten better, or in some cases, they've gotten worse, like Mike Perry, which is always wild. The thing about Jonathan Pearce, right, is that like Darren Elkins, has horrendous striking defense, which is always wild. Like watching his fights, his last couple of fights, every single strike that was thrown at the man, he ate like a biscuit. It's like the man went in there hungry and was like, yeah, I'm going to get fed these fights and I'm going to come out full. Like, damn. I don't remember much of the Makwani fight. I'm not going to bother watching Makwan fights because I know how they're going to play out. Makwan's going to come out hard. He's going to come out fast. And like every single SGB bum, or I feel like they have a policy at SGB where when you sign up to fight at the gym, you agree that you're gonna gas in all of your fights at the end of round two. Somewhere in round two, you're gonna gas. And that's just wild. So I didn't bother rewatching that. I just know that Jonathan Pearce beat him obviously from Topology. Christian Rodriguez, 135. I think he fought short notice. Cracked Jonathan Pearce a lot. Okay, not a lot, but when they were standing. That was a good little scrap. Rodriguez versus Pearce. Pearce obviously was getting cracked. Like, you know what? I'm going to take this little man down, hold him down. But unlike the Lord of Lay and Pray, somehow became the Lord of Lay and Pray, Mark DeCasey. Jonathan Pearce is actually a fun grappler. He's actually a fun wrestler. He was just throwing up submission attempt after submission attempt and coming close to actually ending the fight with Christian Rodriguez, who's 5'6" and now fights at bantamweight. I think that fight went to decision. Oh yeah, it did. Fight went to decision. Lots of fun scrambles in that fight. Obviously, Jonathan Pearce has shown throughout his career now that he's not like a BJJ specialist that has horrendous offensive wrestling. That's obviously in his bag. On top of that, he has amazing sweeps, amazing submission offense, and like awareness, which obviously doesn't help the fact that he's 6 foot and he's going to be bigger than the majority of people that he fights. So obviously got cracked by Tiny Man Rodriguez, who's actually now fighting at bantamweight, where he was going to fight anyway. The only thing I didn't like in that fight, in the Christian Rodriguez fight, was that obviously, okay, if you push a high pace, you're gonna slow down. That's fine. That's understandable. It's just like he barely made it to like the end of round three, which is where Darren Elkins might see like, oh, like this dude actually does gas if somebody, if he's forced to push a high pace, like he can't keep up. So that's gonna be pretty fun to look forward to, like in their fight, who's really gonna push the high pace. And I feel like whoever's gonna get cracked the most, that's the one that's not gonna be able to impose their will and impose their gas tank. Because both these dudes are in incredible shape. Darren Elkins is 38, but like he showed in that Tristan Conley fight, he can still push. It's just he's gonna push and throw his windmill hooks. My God, I love those. I love those windmill hooks. Dude, you're a pro fighter. Come on. I know striking's not your thing, but windmills. All right. I'm just a bum. Can't really judge. Okay, Jonathan Pearce also had the Omar Morales fight. Did his thing just like Darren Elkins. Pushed the high pace. Got cracked a lot. Showed his chin. Showed his heart. Omar Morales wilted under the pressure and the pace. Got sub round two. All right. I'm not really going to go much further back than that because obviously it's not really relevant. Then we move on to Darren Elkins Sr. Won his last fight via UD. Got cracked a lot by Tristan. Tristan Conley. How old is Tristan actually? And is he even still signed? Because I know he's not that good, but I know he's not that old either. He's currently 36. Okay. But he's not really been that. Oh, here's a loss to Cub Swanson right before that. Not a good look, especially this version of Cub Swanson. Yeah, I didn't watch any other fight before that because I've watched so many Darren Elkins fights. I just don't remember them much, but I know they were all fun. Yeah, and that's it. We've got ourselves a fun. That's always the thing about this fight is that Darren Elkins can actually win. It just depends on whether Jonathan Pearce wilts under the pace of the fight. Because he's gonna push they're both gonna push a great pace, like I already said, just about who gets cracked first. But obviously Jonathan Pearce is bigger. That's gonna help in the grappling exchanges. And he's most definitely the better wrestler. So yeah, that's it. You got your info, you got your little betting tease. Go have fun. Enjoy the fights.